Good. We got this, right?
Yes, we're good. Yay.
Oh, Holly, you're looking so beautiful this afternoon.
Well, thank you
And
so
and
much.
so queenly on your royal.
Well, yes, yes, and so are you, my dear.
Thanks. And that's just it. That's the topic for today. When I stumbled on this topic, I was like, wow, I think we have to do this because it's kind of, reminded me part of my journey. You understand? And I really want to hear everything about it. I want to hear about your story. I want us to interact. I want us to, do this a step at a time because a lot of women are out there who really needs this, not really
Mhm.
for the podcast per se, not really because of what we have to say, but because we know that a lot of people are in the shoes and they need help.
Yes.
Good. So I don't know if you can increase your mic from that end.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Let's see.
Let
Is
me,
that better?
yeah, mine is okay as well. Adjusted. All right. So
Okay, great.
let's get this started. Hello,
All right,
everyone.
let's go.
Welcome to Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast. So today we are having a very, very interesting guest, a royal by title. All right, so we are going to be talking about the topic, the queen identity, how the way we see ourselves actually shapes the family and relationship with you. And today with me, I'm going to be featuring Holly Fair. You're welcome, Holly. How you doing today?
Thank you. It's so great to be here.
All right, beautiful. It's as though I've known Holly before. She has this magnetic. I wish guys you can really see how she is. She's really magnetic. All right, so I'm Holly without wasting any more time. Before we dive right into the topic for today, I want you to really tell our audience who is Holly. Just about 5 minutes, please.
I am a fun, vibrant, exciting person. I love life. I
Of
have a
course.
beautiful life now.
Okay.
I have, I'm on the other side of a lot of trauma that started with sexual abuse as a child
Hmm.
and continued with abandonment of my father
Hmm.
and dealing with not feeling worthy pretty much my whole life since I was about 6 years old.
Hmm.
I had a lot of then upsets. I
Okay.
got divorced and then found the man of my dreams and tried to get pregnant, which I finally did. And then I lost the baby.
Oh,
And it was heartbreaking.
of course.
I wasn't able to get pregnant again after that. And so I found myself in a world of absolute despair.
That's great.
Gained a bunch of weight and really I felt like there wasn't much to live for because I had always wanted to be a mom
Of
and
course.
on paper I was going to be the best mom ever and I had the career and the education and the home and the patience, yet it didn't happen.
Mhm.
And I now am at a place where I can actually say that I am grateful for
Of
what
course.
happened
Of course.
because I know it was a little girl. Her name was Aurora. She gave me a gift of my queendom.
Hmm.
She helped me get on this journey
Okay.
that I am now on, where I can help other people. I can help other women, especially,
Yeah.
find that spark that either they never knew they had or that they've lost
Oh, yeah.
and reclaim that royalness. We are all royal. I am
Okay.
not the queen, I am a queen.
Yeah. Okay.
And to me, a queen is someone who is gracious, she's kind,
Yeah.
she is intelligent and
Mm.
generous
Mm.
and walks with poise,
Mm-hmm.
and she's got it going on.
Of course.
She reigns over her own life, her own destiny, not other people,
Okay. She reigns over our own destiny.
her own destiny.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I got that. I got that. I got that. That's beautiful. So, Holly, this really gonna be very, very interesting, guys. I wanted to pick your jotting pad as usual because we are into something that is very, very real, okay? She's gonna be talking from her own experience and she's gonna be answering quite a number of questions resonating with her journey. So there's a lot for you to, grab. So guys, if you're listening, this is Momziba Talks Daily podcast. I will indulge you to please download this episode, share this episode with someone. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click on the subscribe button and become a subscriber ASAP. All right. So, Holly, where are you from? What your country? And what business are you into? You have a white collar job, or you are entrepreneur, or what do you do?
I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, United States.
Okay.
The Olympics were here back in 2002 and they'll be here in 2034. So that's kind of a reference for people.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountains, snowy and cold and beautiful in
Okay.
the winter. And then summer, it's hot. We've got four seasons
Okay.
and it's really a beautiful place to live.
Really
I'm
beautiful.
married
Okay.
and I am an entrepreneur. I
Okay.
have a business where I do coaching and speaking. It's called Fire Up Life.
Okay.
And I have been doing this for about, let's see, since 2019. And I was a business professor. I'm a retired business professor.
Okay.
Marketing was my specialty. And I really love interacting with people and going about things in a creative, fun way,
Okay.
because I think that we learn the best. We can improve ourselves the best. Things land better if we're having fun
Of
and we're doing
course.
things a little outside the box, which is kind of, here I am. I'm a woman who I wore a crown around everywhere I went, every
So,
day.
so you're gonna tell us that part soon. You're gonna tell us
Yes,
how you
yes.
felt. You're gonna tell us, I mean, how you felt in the public place. Because when I saw that right up, when you were telling me that you wore a crown, and for I don't know, for is it for months or for years?
For 2 years.
For 2 years, like
Yes,
for instance, you're walking on the street and you had a crown on.
yes.
Okay, so how okay, what were the reactions of people towards you?
Most people would like, kind of give me a look like, huh, at first.
Of course.
And I was aware they were looking at me and I
Mm,
would smile and I would
mm.
say hi.
Hi.
And then and some people would just walk up to me and go, "What's the crown for?" And I had questions like, "Is it your birthday?" Or "Are you in a pageant? Did you win, Mrs. Utah or whatever?" And it's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
that's nice that you would think that." And I would just get to say, "I'm living my queen life." And
Okay.
you're a queen and he's a king and we're all royal. So
You're
I got to spread that message.
mm,
And it's something that you don't expect a person in the supermarket picking out carrots or thumping a melon to be wearing. And so I did get a lot of attention. I
okay.
also wore it. We traveled quite extensively during that time.
Okay.
I was in South Africa and
Mm,
Egypt,
mm,
Peru,
mm,
Ecuador,
mm.
Galapagos Islands, Paris, London, all over the
Still with
United
the
States,
crown
and I was
on.
wearing the crown. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Okay, honey. Okay, please. I really need to. I don't want to go into this now. You're really making me to. Okay, so let's get straight into the questions for today.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. We're going to come back to this, okay?
Right, right.
All right. So, for instance, Momsiba Talks Daily podcast covers more than 12 countries currently
Mhm.
listened to this podcast. And for I believe that among all this demographics and audience, there are people who are they don't understand what queen identity is about. So I want you to take the stage to, tell me when you hear the phrase queen identity, okay, what does this literally mean? And how does the way a woman sees herself, influence the way she shows up for her family and for her relationship? Resonating with your
Mhm.
journey.
Yes. I defined what a queen was,
Okay.
first of all. And I realized that I felt worthless
Hmm.
my most of my life. I felt like I wasn't worthy of love because I was,
Of
the
course.
trauma as a
Yeah.
child
Yeah.
carried through.
Yeah.
And the opposite of worthless to me isn't worthy, because worthy's great, but it, like, I'm worthy. It's sort of like I'm mediocre. To me, royalty is the opposite of unworthy, because it is the highest,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also felt it was really important that it's not anything about, ruling over other people, or the subjugation, the colonization. I know that there can be a stigma
Yeah.
around queen or empress, because, a lot of cultures have been ruled over
Of
and
course.
oppressed throughout the
Yes.
years.
Yeah.
So it's nothing, like that. For me, a queen identity, I adopted by saying I am a queen, I identify, yes, I walk with grace.
Okay.
I dress nicer.
Okay.
I show up. I smile.
Okay.
I interact. I'm giving and loving, and I uplift others.
Okay. Beautiful.
A queen is someone who, in her family, in her workplace, she knows she shines. She knows she's a queen, and she doesn't need to, she's not competing with anyone.
Anybody. Yeah.
She is able to support her husband and love on her husband and treat him as the king he is.
Yes.
She is able to love on her kids and raise them as princes and princesses
Yeah.
to then become kings and queens in their own right. And in the workplace, she also is unafraid to promote others.
Of course.
She doesn't need to take the credit for things she hasn't
Everything.
done.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gives credit, she passes on the
When
praise to
necessary.
other people.
Yeah.
And she also graciously praises others. And it's about, I believe that we all have times when maybe our crowns are a little bit askew and maybe a little bit tarnished.
Of course.
A queen, she goes to her friend and she helps straighten it up,
Adjust
polishes
it.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and sends her on her way, because that's the beauty of it.
Okay.
Women, society has really, and generational issues and everything, there's been the toxicity that, women should not be loud, should not take their place at the table.
Yes, especially in African culture. That's why I really found interest in this topic because that really pricks me. Because as an African woman, we grew to understand that women are not supposed to, be loud. Women are not supposed to. They're supposed to be like the doormat to accept everything,
Right.
irrespective of if you like it or not. Your voice most time do not matter. That is why you see
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of women, especially here in our country, are forced to be in things that they are not so okay with. Their voices
Right.
are gone, So I really like this point you want to talk about now because it's gonna help a lot of my audience who are African women especially. So please let's go.
And it's interesting that I love this. I was in South Africa
Okay.
on a trip, and one of the employees at a resort where we were staying
Yeah.
was so vivacious and bright, and, like, I just loved it. And I complimented her and said, "Oh my gosh, you are just amazing." And she said, "I can't be like this anywhere else, but I can be this way at work, because I'm I'm loving on guests and
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
understand. I understand.
connecting with them." And I was like, my friend, you need, like, this is what the world needs, is your voice.
Your voice.
Women are taught to, yeah, be quiet.
Yeah.
Don't complain. You just
Yeah.
take it. You just
Suck it
do whatever.
in. Mm.
And we deserve our spot at the table. We
True.
deserve to take up space.
True.
Just because we're breathing
Hmm.
gives us a voice.
Exactly.
And it serves ourselves as well as others when we speak up.
Hmm.
By speaking up, you create safety, you create space for others to
Mm.
then go, oh, I can do that too.
I can do that too. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I do have my own opinion
Hmm.
because after so long of that repression of, yourself,
Yeah.
you're not living authentically. And then you start feeling like, oh, I don't really have a voice. I don't have an opinion. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to speak up anyway. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's your right to be as big and bold and beautiful and bright as you are in
Exactly.
whatever flavor you are.
Hmm.
I'm pretty out there. Not everyone is like me, and that's totally beautiful. Every woman deserves to be whatever she wants to be, whatever is inside her, because that is what makes this world beautiful.
Yeah, that's what makes this world beautiful. So, guys, audience, we are still listening to Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast, and beautifully, um, Holly is doing beautifully well. She's really telling us that we need to be in our own authentic skin. Do you understand? Because there are a lot of people, in fact, you were designed to be the way you are. So,
Yes.
people, yeah, who are being locked down by tradition, people who are locked down by the society, people who are locked down by trauma, people, ladies, women who are locked down by, culture.
Hmm.
This is a time for you to understand that even if you are facing these challenges, there's something God created you to do. So being
Yes.
swallowed by these is not going to bring your maximum. It's not going to put you at your optimum productivity the way God has designed you to be. So it's a call to every woman listening to this podcast to stand up. You're not
Yes.
standing up basically because you want to oppress, because as you said from the beginning, a queen is kind. A queen is a person that, helps. You are a builder. You change things beautifully. You don't change things harshly. You don't work on things. You don't oppress people. That's not the kind of queen she's talking about. She's talking about a
Right.
queen that makes positive change, that loves herself, accepts her own authenticity, and then flows in the natural way that the universe has
Yes.
created her to be. Right?
Yeah.
Am I correct with this?
Yes. You feel me.
I'm
We
feeling
all
you right.
have gifts. We all
Okay.
have talents. And I discovered that when I'm living in my gifts, when I am doing things that I'm really good at,
Of course.
I I open up, there are no inhibitions. I'm in that flow,
You flow
and other
naturally.
people are feel more comfortable, and I'm more fun to be around because I'm being real.
Yeah.
I'm not pretending to be
Pretending
anything. I'm just
trying to live
me.
someone else's persona. You're living the
Right.
way that you were created to be.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right. So much, so much. And we're about rounding up. So let's take the second question here. Someone said, many women struggle, okay, with self-worth, okay, with comparison, just that we're saying, or feeling like they have to, earn love and respect, from the society, validation, and all those things.
Mhm.
How can these benefits, affect the kind of relationship or family dynamics that they create? Trying to be someone else, try to seek validation, because especially coming from the background where people have not been seeing you here, trying to hear you out in your family, you are looked down on, nobody wants to
Mhm.
listen to you. And how can this, because I want to be validated. Sometime in life, we all feel like I want to be given credit. Do you understand?
Sure.
I want to be most time validated. Oh, what you're doing is good. What you're saying is good. I want to be supported. So in a midst where I need this benefit, and it's not forthcoming, how can I survive this? How can I go? How can it affect the family I'm trying to build? How can it affect the relationship around me?
I think it deserves a conversation with your
Okay.
family
Okay.
that this is how I've been feeling, and I really want to be me. And a lot of times, if you ask people for help, people want to help each other. So I sometimes my husband, there's a little communication issues. I'll say one thing and he doesn't get it. And it's like, you missed that cue for you to get me a glass of water when you were up because, and he's like, well, just ask for water. Oh, I'm thirsty. He's like, no, ask me for, yeah. So I have had the conversation with him of, it would be really meaningful for me. Could you, help me out? Uh,
Okay.
if you would, when you get up and get a glass of water, if you would just ask me too, you know? And he's at first was like, well, you've got 2 feet. You can get up and get your own water. Yes, yes, honey. I know I can. Yes, I possess the ability. It would be meaningful to feel that gift of service.
Yes.
Could you work on that with me and
Yeah.
help me
Yeah.
and then I will also work on me asking for what I need instead of just assuming that
You know.
and then we were able to come to that. Now, not everyone has families that are open to these conversations.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and in that case it's deciding within yourself,
Hmm.
I am good enough.
Good.
I matter. What I do matters.
Matters.
And finding friends,
And supportive
finding
systems.
allies, a support system
Hmm.
that will also feed you and that you feed them. And it's
Yeah.
it's a this
It becomes a
ex-
strength to you.
yes, it's an energy exchange where you can love on each other
Oh, okay.
and help until you are totally feeling the love inside because it does. We all crave that validation and the
Yes.
feeling that we matter and that we're
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
We make a difference in this world. And so surround yourself as much as you can with people
Hmm.
who are validating
Okay.
and help remind you are a mirror. They reflect your goodness back.
Okay, good. Beautiful. So listeners, we're hearing this, especially for every African or women who are in a family. Is not basically African. I refer to Africa because I'm an African woman and I'm talking
Mhm.
basically from experience. Okay. So
Yes.
any other woman outside Africa, this also goes to you. You find yourself coming from a family where they hardly validate you, where they hardly see or hear you out. Because I've seen such situation where a person had to grow alone. She sought validation from her family. They never saw what she was doing as something, and
Right.
each time she want to go that way, she want to express herself. It's like, oh, come on, we can do this some other time. Oh, this is not
Right.
the
It's the
normal thing.
dismissal.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't.
that further feeds the feeling that she doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It boils down directly to that. And then it happens
Mhm.
that this same person finds herself, okay, in settings among friends where most times her friends barely recognizes what she's doing. But she's always standing in for people. But those her friends rarely stand in for her. So if you find yourself in that situation, what you need to do is just tell yourself you are enough. Just as she has said. Okay, no,
Yes.
it's not selfish because it's your self-interest. The positive self-interest does not mean that you're selfish right now, but because you know that doing this is going to give you the strength and motivation to go further, to be
Yes.
at your best, okay, to be that royal, to be that queen that you are. All right. So we are doing beautifully great, Holly.
Yes.
Yeah. So this takes us.
And a little tip for your beautiful listeners is
Okay.
to take an inventory of your gifts and your skills and the beautiful things that you do
Okay.
and look at your own worth of wow, I do a lot. I am amazing. I am special.
Amazing.
I have a great mind. I have talents.
Okay.
I have beautiful children
Yeah.
or I do, beautiful work.
Mm.
Whatever it is that you're proud of,
Yes.
and also include things about your appearance.
Hmm.
You like, hey, we need to own our beauty,
Of course.
own that we walk into any room
Okay.
and our presence when we carry ourselves, people that shines more than maybe, cellulite on your legs, that you
And
may be
seeking for
things that you
someone
may be
to
self-conscious about.
recognize you.
Nobody else cares.
Mm, mm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good because the way you carry yourself has a way it transmits others to get attracted to you. So
Hmm.
when you carry yourself as nobody, you enter a room feeling so downcasted, it's gonna make people actually, most people look at you that way. So as a queen that you are, as she said, practice
Right.
practice journaling.
Yes.
Write down something about yourself. Or I'm doing it. There's something I do when I was in my I was in I think I was in level 5 then. What I do is in school, I love to journal. I love to write things about myself. I love to create my future with what I just pick a book, my little jotter, and I just jot things. I create how I'm gonna be in the future. I lived in my own world. And I could tell you that about 70% of what I wrote then is what is happening in my reality. You can
Yes. Woo. That is
so
worth celebrating.
that is it. That is so I'm a writer. So it maybe God gave me that, writing skills naturally so that maybe when I'm faced with all these challenges, I could just succumb myself. I built my future. I built the reality I saw with what
Yes.
I wrote. I didn't need to look up to a parent for validation. I didn't need to look up to a man for validation because the thing that I found, the wickedness I found under this planet is the devil, permit me, knows how to bring people down, especially when they know your weak point. When you're a
Yes.
person who looks for validation from people, from others, from family members, and you are so craving for it, he knows how to
Hmm.
attack it and turn all of them against you. So
Yes.
when you give him that platform to understand that this is your weak point, he uses it very, very good against you. And in no time,
Right.
you just lose focus of where you're going to. You lose focus of who you are, the vision of who you
Hmm.
are naturally. So
Yes.
learn to take inventories, as she has said, about yourself, about the good things about you, the weak things about you, then work on them. Become better.
Yes.
Yes, work on them. Not only the
Right.
good
And
part. Okay, let's hear it.
yes, exactly. And not be too harsh.
Okay, on yourself.
We can, I call it the beat up stick. You
Okay.
know, picture like a big baseball bat or a cricket bat.
Hmm.
And, and like sometimes we just like hit ourselves with it, like, oh, like the beat up of, oh, I did that wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm a loser. I'm stupid.
Yeah, instead
I can't
saying
do anything
awful
right.
words against
It's
yourself.
that self talk. Yes. Choosing more positive language of, okay, I can do that better next time.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so much nicer than I'm so stupid.
Mhm. Awesome.
I'll never
Maybe I
amount to
should have
anything.
done
It's
this.
like, I can do better.
Mm-hmm.
And then proving to yourself that you can do better so that the
Yes.
next time you're like, see, I did better. I
Yeah,
can do even better next time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Be soft and kind with yourself, okay? Irrespective of the situation you found yourself in, trusting, telling yourself that next time, no matter what error I make now, agreeing within yourself, proposing within yourself, next time I'm going to do better. This actually gives us a edge most times into doing better and being the best version of ourselves. Good. Holly, that's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying everything about this, and I wish that this would go to
Oh, me
people's
too.
schools.
I can tell that we would be friends in real life if we were
I'm gonna get your
neighbors or
contact.
like,
I'm gonna get your
we
contact.
would totally be
Mhm.
friends.
And we are gonna talk really, really deep. We're gonna talk about a lot of
Please
opportunities.
do.
All right, so we almost rounded this up. So I'm gonna ask
Yes, and
you.
I have a guest room in my home, so if you visit Utah, come and see me.
We are
Yes,
gonna talk about
you're
that.
invited, my friend.
Come. I'll come. I'll come. I'll come for a visit. Trust me.
Good.
I will. Yeah, so because later I'm gonna be you have my email, right? You have my
Yes.
email. Yeah, so you're gonna be sending me your contact, okay? So we're gonna take it from there. We're gonna chat more. We have a lot to talk about,
Yes.
even before I come.
Yes, we do. We could unpack all kinds of beautiful things together.
All right, Holly, that's beautiful. Okay, so let's ask let's go on, let's talk about this question together. How can a woman maintain her identity and sense of value while also, being a partner, being a mother, being a caregiver, and, being a professional without losing, herself in all these roles? How can she maintain her identity as a queen? Because, situations and challenges most time tend to, you know, shake you as a queen. You're like,
Right.
this cap is this crown is so inconvenient. Should I like adjust it? Should I drop it for a while and adjust myself?
Yeah.
So how can a woman, still keep this identity irrespective of all these roles without losing her crown?
Hey, if I could wear a crown everywhere I went, the gym, the walking my dog, you can wear your invisible crown everywhere. It's about owning that. It's about taking it on because while you may have a little bit different flavors of how you interact with people at work versus an elderly person you're caring for or your spouse or
Mm,
your children, we train people how to treat us.
okay.
When we have high standards for ourselves
Okay.
and respect for ourselves, we, without words, command that respect from other people.
Of course.
Since I have owned my worth, I don't get catcalled. I don't get treated poorly by men,
Hmm.
or when I'm out and about. I
Hmm.
have doors held open for me by strangers.
Hmm.
I have kind interactions with other women and men,
Hmm.
and I am grounded. I am certain of
Hmm.
my worth. Therefore, my husband treats me better.
Hmm.
My stepchildren treat me better.
Hmm.
My in-laws treat me better.
Hmm.
I wherever I go in this world,
Hmm.
because I have created that, it goes with me. It's not a hat I have to take off.
Good.
And I don't wear the physical crown anymore.
Okay.
I'm rocking the invisible crown these days. And I still know that I am that queen.
Of course, of course. So, guys, ladies, we most time do not need to wear the physical crown, okay? But let it be something imaginary, okay? Let it be something you carry in your mind. Let it be something let it be an awareness, okay, that walks with you when you're asleep, when you're
Yeah.
going to work. This is who I am. It doesn't matter what life throws at me.
Yes.
This is who I am, and that's it.
Yes.
That's it. All right. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so what are some signs that a woman may have forgotten? Those signs that a woman might used to know that I've forgotten that I'm a queen. You know, we face a lot of challenges. What are those signs that says that this woman has forgotten her own worth as a queen and allowed unhealthy relationship, toxic relationship to become her normal? What are those signs that you can see as a coach in a woman?
I I see a lot of people pleasing,
People pleasing,
having to make others happy.
happy.
Yes, of not being able to say no. So
Hmm.
anyone asks to do anything, and I used to do this myself. I would just, okay, sure, yep, I'll do that. To
Mm.
where I was stretched so thin because I always would just say yes. I never set
No,
that
woman.
boundary for myself. I never spoke up.
Mm.
So when you're people pleasing, you feel like you have to do things or you won't be liked or loved.
Yeah.
When you're in relationships that they're transactional, they require you
Mm.
to please
Mm.
or they get upset.
Mm.
A spouse, a boyfriend is treating you badly when you
Exactly.
don't perform.
Good.
Those are signs that things are not the way that
It
you're
ought
not
to be.
living as
Yeah.
your queen.
You're not living at your queen. So, ladies, this goes to all categories of ladies. It could be you're a single person, you're a single lady, or you're married. You find yourself
Hmm.
in a relationship. I normally tell people that toxic relationship toxicity is not until you are battered physically before you know you are in a toxic relationship. Toxicity can also happen when you find yourself you are
Yes.
doing teen every day just because you are pleasing people, just because you don't want to lose the relationship you're having with someone. All right.
Right.
Many women find themselves in that position. Some of them can
Hmm.
really name it. Of course, some can, but they can't just leave because they love this person so much. And that is the beginning of a detriment situation for such a woman.
Yes.
Because a relationship is supposed to be give and take. It's supposed to be a place where I'm satisfied as well as you. It now becomes toxic
Hmm.
when it's parasitic, when it's one-sided.
Yes.
It's not going mutual. Okay, so
That's a good way to put it.
yeah. So ladies, please, you don't need to, it's a red flag already. If you are dating, you're in a dating relationship and you find out the person you're in a relationship just wants you to be pleasing him, he's manipulative, you can say what you feel, all you have to do when you say no, he gives you a silent treatment. Okay. This is already a line showing that is a red flag. And should in case you are in
And if he doesn't want you to be with your positive friends,
positive friends also, that's
uh,
that's also another thing because
if he's
I've seen,
alienating
yeah,
you,
I've seen a
that's
lot of
enough.
men. I've seen a lot of men, when they're in a relationship, they only want their wives to just be for them. They shouldn't have any relationship, friendship outside, supportive system. They frown at it, and this is really off. This is a red flag. Of course, because if you're a man and you have friends,
Right.
positive friends, and your wife is not having people she can interact with, she
Yes.
can have community, positive community with, then that is already a red flag. Most women, if you find yourself in this, it's time for you to speak up for yourself. Look for any
Hmm.
women affairs you can go to, you talk to them, counseling unit, okay? All right. She's a counselor. You can write to her. I think she'll be dropping her she'll be dropping her details and I'll be relating it via my website and talking more on it here. All
Yes.
right, so that they can link also with you. That's fine, right? All right, Holly.
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
Yeah, I will do that. And more. A lot we have to discuss about. A lot to give to humanity, Holly. Trust me. All right, guys. Yeah, that network is quite glitching. You've been listening to Momziba Talks Daily podcast. All right. We'll be rounding up these here because this is supposed to just be 30 minutes talk. And if you want us to, I know you don't want to go.
We've been going longer.
Okay, what I'm gonna do next, Holly, is we are gonna have another session. Maybe next week, if that'll be okay by you.
That would be great. Yeah.
Good. You have a book you want to talk on?
Well, I would just love to mention my website.
Okay.
It
It's really
it
glitchy.
is
Fire up
fireuplife.com.
life. Okay.
And if you mention Mazumba and this beautiful podcast, you can get a free 1 hour clarity session that we could talk about
Woo!
how I can help you live your queen life. Yeah,
All right, so thanks for doing that for our listeners. Thank you so much, Holly. I really, really
absolutely.
appreciate this. I really appreciate it. So, guys, this podcast is open for product promotions and sponsorship deals as well. If you want to do this with me, you can reach me via my email, momziba@gmail.com. Momziba spelled as MUMZIBAHH @gmail.com. So you can reach me via those that contact, and I'll be very, very obliged to return, your response as soon as possible. All right, till next time, I want you to stay reigning in your queenly attires wherever you are, and This is Mom Zeba and featuring Holly Fair. Royally.
Uh,
Beauty people and remain royal wherever you are. All right, Holly. Thank you for joining me.
Woo, yeah. That was so much fun.